If they put anything negative about Ron Paul in there, people will be drawn to it. If they put anything positive in there, people may be drawn to it. They don't want to chance it, so they don't put anything. That's my theory.
That's because they don't have anything bad to say about it.
That's it.
My problem is
So the next best thing is to ignore it.
It's so hard for me, as someone who has never ever voted. I don't want to waste this vote. This is important to me.
Exactly.
I'm guarding this like my baby.
Right, as Americans.
You know, it's my baby, and I want to give it to who I think deserves it.
Ironically enough, it's actually at this point in our history, it's the only right you have as an American citizen that no one else has, because illegals can get our Social Security, they can get our welfare, they can do everything an American citizen can do. The only right we have at this point is our right to vote. That's the only thing that defines us. So I think we really need to use it this election, and we're not.
Yeah. And don't listen to that mainstream media who says that you'll be wasting your vote.
If you don't, it's a horse race.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Well, that's the whole electability issue that people keep passing around about the candidate Ron Paul.
But isn't someone electable if you think that they're electable?
Well, they're electable if you vote for them.
Well, and this is the amazing thing with Ron Paul. I mean, he is doing, I think, awesome, considering the fact that he has no media backup.
Second in Nevada with
I mean, that's just all because of the people. The people are behind him.
And he has no fundraising arm.
Right. Yeah. So imagine what he would do if the Republican Party would actually finally get behind him and give him some support.
It's unfortunate that the telecast of this is going to post-date Super Tuesday.
I agree.
But it's still sufficient for us to mention the fact that there are several things that are being orchestrated here concerning the candidacy. Whether I was decided against or for Ron Paul or already made my choice up, there are some things which are not right, and that includes the recount in New Hampshire, which should have been completed 10 days ago, at which time Ron Paul supporters could have known, as well as others, what really happened in New Hampshire. That, coupled with these kinds of treatments in mainstream media, print and television, using diversionary tactics to just kind of build emotionalism between two opposing candidates on the same party.
Louisiana's GOP will still not finish counting. They threw off delegates, and they're not going to tie that up until after Super Tuesday, because we don't want this man to get any momentum.
Right.
Because then he might.
But that happened on both sides, though. It happened on the Democratic side as well, because Kucinich wanted to
in New Hampshire.
In New Hampshire, he wanted to change, or he wanted to have the votes checked.
Now, I just read an article from the Denver Times that Colorado, the governor of Colorado, had them go to all paper ballots.
Good.
For everything. They got rid of the electronic machines. They got rid of the
more I'm watching this, I think that we may have to do the show about paper ballots and writing and just sitting there the whole time giving out phone numbers to write, because I want your vote to count.
Right.
I want my vote to count.
I'm still struggling over making inroads into our state legislature here concerning the reform of the voting process. And my emails with documentations from other states on what legislation has been enacted there already, signed into law by their governors, bills that are before their state houses. That mail is coming back to me from my state senator in my district, unopened, not read, and deleted. We have a problem here, a serious problem. And if you look at the whole big...
keep us posted, and
we will. And if you look at the whole big picture, you know, I can sit here and role play, I'm non-committed, but I am committed to the rule of law. I am committed to equitable treatment before the law. And that means that these state legislatures, which have personal and actual, multiple times confirmed knowledge that the system is flawed in terms of my vote having integrity to it, that whole scenario all plays into the treatment of the media. Of a candidate that obviously has a different drummer. He marches to a different tune.
But still, shouldn't be the people decide. I don't care if they don't like him, if the media doesn't like him.
Of course.
But shouldn't they still put out his issue, his voting record, and say...
The media has been characterized by many public servants as the fourth arm of government. And I think it's a very apt description of the media.
Well,
Without the informed electorate, all the other aspects of government basically fail.
a lot of heads of media regularly attend Congress in order to get special treatment.
Well, I heard Rupert, oh guys, I'm gonna have to wrap this up. This is such a great segment. We definitely are gonna do another show on the media because this is just too important. And like I said, I'm mad and I'm frustrated. I understand if you don't wanna vote for my candidate, but how do you even know if you can't see him?
Right, exactly.
And that's unfair, and everybody should be disgusted about that they can't have all the information. And our show is very important. Thank God for public access.
Thank you, thank you.
And we hope that everybody watching will write us at stupidpolitics@yahoo.com. Let us know if they wrote the Journal-Gazette, if they have any questions, they see anything. We're going to be keeping our eyes on the media. And this is what we have, and we have our letters, and we're going to do what's in our power to do. And I appreciate your guys' time, and we're definitely going to get some lists of good journalists, or at least you get all the information. Not even that you agree with them, but you get all the information.
Unbiased.
All right, and that's another episode of
Stupid Politics.
Politics.